All right, well, we're live now anyway. Episode 2 of Concierge Jubeat Podcast. Welcome, yeah.
Hey.
We have a guest today, Moldypie. It's good to have you on.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, why don't you talk about yourself, you can tell everyone who you are and why you play Jubeat, what do you do and all that. Really quickly.
I play Jubeat because it is the most comfy Bomani game. It's a good time.
Yeah, I would agree to that.
It is pretty
I got
comfy.
into Jubeat probably I got into it 4 years ago just because it looked fun. I was like, all right, let's try it out. Best decision.
Did you find it at a con or no? I don't actually think I ever asked you that question.
So, how I even got into Bomani outside of DDR is one night I was just watching random crap on YouTube and discovered a sound. Yep, that game looks super cool. So I went and bought a controller, didn't even know how to play the game. And went from there. Eventually, I discovered a Jubeat in a similar manner. I'm like, this looks fun. If I don't like it, I can probably resell the thing. So I just hopped on in.
True.
Yeah, that's a good point. I always thought it would be kind of accessible because there's the iOS versions, and if you can jailbreak your iPad, you can just get everything, and that's pretty comprehensive. It has a lot of stuff. And I think the iOS versions are a really good way to get into the game too, because a lot of the stuff does carry over, especially if you have large hands.
It got me doing some bad habits though, because I have tiny hands. So if it's two buttons on the top, one button on the top row, one on the bottom, I try to one-hand that and cap, and I can't do it. So my hand does not fit.
For me, I can just scrape by and do it, but it's not my hands aren't big enough for me to reliably be able to do that. I know a couple friends who have larger hands than I do, which is pretty crazy, and they don't do that, which I mean it's probably for the better.
Yeah,
Doesn't Corby do that with his massive hands?
I don't think so. He makes really good use of his hands, but
I don't think he cheats.
He fully one hands from 1 to I think 13 or 4 16. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'd have to watch a video again.
I don't know. My hands are also tiny. I can't do that. I cannot do any stretches. I have the. Maybe one day if we ever meet Moldypie, we can see which hands are smaller. But I think I might have you beat.
Really? All right, we'll have to find out someday. I'm down for this challenge.
Yeah, because I cannot stretch anything on this game. Everything I do has to be super precise, and it's really annoying because I can't bullshit anything.
It makes you better
though. That's kind of better.
Yeah, I guess it is better, but it is better, but I don't know.
32-inch Jubeat's gonna scare me.
I'm not looking forward to new Jubeat. Just why?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I don't know, hopefully if I can get to Japan, if all this pandemic shit slides down and I get there, once I get to try it, I will definitely let you guys know right away. The first day that I try it, I'll give you my first-hand experiences on Jubeat with the bigger squares.
Because what I'm afraid of is even though a lot of the charts that we're going to talk about, I don't think are going to work very well on that, just because of some of the density of nodes.
Yes.
And not being able to read your hands as well.
Yeah, that's
bigger.
For those of you that don't know, if anyone listening doesn't know, they made the squares bigger for the newest Jubeat game. That's what we're kind of talking about. It's that.
Yeah.
What are they, 2.5 by 2.5 now?
I don't know.
Maybe something like
apparently it's 20-ish something % bigger than the original size, which I'm just why?
Yeah, but I guess it also depends on how spacious away they are from each other. You know what I mean? Because if they're bigger, I guess in theory they should be easier to hit things because there's more space to hit. But if they're further away from each other, you know what I mean?
I think they just scaled it up. So I think they're still a little further away. I'm not sure. There's some good comparison pics after JPO, but it's been a while.
Well, I know for one thing that when I do go, I'm going to play just a shit ton of 8s, and that's going to lead to our main topic today, is why PB players should be playing 8s.
Yes, so many.
The importance of 8s.
Plus, it's also one of the most fun difficulties.
It is. It
I think
definitely
it's
is.
also the one where it has a lot of songs too. A majority of the music is spread between level 8 and 9.
Exactly.
Yeah. You miss out so much music by neglecting those songs, I think.
And it's also fun because you get a lot of stuff that's listed as both extreme and then advanced.
Yeah, that's true.
So you get a pretty good split.
So, like, Moldy, I know you recently played a bunch of 8s because you sent me all those pictures earlier. Like,
Yeah.
and I know that you
That's what I was
also
doing before this.
you also haven't played Jubeat in a while, right? Like, you kind of like.
Correct.
So, tell me, or like, tell us, I guess, like, how it was playing all these different 8s. Like, did some of them feel like they were way harder than they should have been?
Exactly. So one of the ones I mentioned, what was Samurai Food in particular, felt really dense at parts, way more than I remember a lot of other 8s being. Because you might play something like Sunshine Girl, for instance, which is one of my most favorite 8s of all time, and it's not a difficult track. But some of the
No,
other
it just has the I think
H.
it has the H, yeah.
And that's probably the hardest part. But
Yeah.
some of the 8s were really tough compared to what I remember them being, because this is my first time playing Jubeat in it's been about 2.5 months really since I've actually had a really good session.
Yeah, I think especially after you beat Clan, I think everything just got worse because so many of like the old level 9s that should have stayed level 9 somehow got like re-rated to becoming 8s. And I think ever since that it's just like not been quite the same. Like some of the 8s in there do not belong in the 8s folder, they belong in 9. And just like with the 7s as well, some of the old 8s got turned into 7s, which doesn't make any sense either.
Yeah, I think that's like the big elephant in the room is that level 8s are no longer just level 8s. They're now a mixture of 9s and 8s from previous games. And
Yeah.
like before Clan, you know, there was a big distinction of what was an 8 and what was a 9. Like 9s had specific tech in them that kind of took a little bit more thought into figuring out how exactly to hit it the proper way.
Yeah.
Versus where 8s were kind of just like more steady and they just like a harder version of a 7 with some tech thrown in there. But 9s, a lot of 9s specifically have like one or two few gimmicks that once you get it down, it's going to help you in the long run for more difficult songs.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But now those 9s are now like clumped together with all the other 8s. So for newer players, and see for players like us, we started before Clan, so it's not that big a deal for us because we've already experienced these songs before.
You're just used to it.
We're used to it. But for players that are starting in Clan and Festo, and there's a lot of players now that are just getting into Jubeat in Festo and Clan these last 2 games, like post.
I've also noticed that like the Jubeat Discord, it's grown a lot within the last 2 versions.
Yeah, exactly. These last 2 versions, like, I don't know where all these players are coming from. I don't know if it's like the anime conventions or just more public machines are popping up, but the thing is, they're playing post the big nerf. I call it the big nerf. You know, the grand nerf of ratings. And Jubeat is one of these games that to get to like the max difficulty for anybody listening, because there are a few people listening that I've talked to that don't know much about Jubeat, but they just like to hear us talk. The game goes up to level 10. Like 10's like the max level, right? So when we're talking about level 8s, we're talking about 2 levels before the max difficulty, right? And Jubeat is one of those music games that it doesn't really take a lot to get to the max difficulty. Like if you're just trying to pass something, like if you just want to clear, yeah, you know, you can get it really quickly compared to other music games. Like, you know, DDR, for example, the max level is level 20 or 19, right? It's like 19s are the highest.
19 right now. 19.
Yeah, 19. So you really can't get to level 19 without doing a lot of work. You know, a lot of grinding, a lot of physical work to get to past level 19. Where in Jubeat, you can play for a very short amount of time and get to level 10. But the problem is, even though you're passing these level 10s, you're probably not scoring very well on them. Actually, I know you're not scoring very, very well on them. And in order to score well on them, you have to know all of these techniques that you learn from level 8s. And
it's not just a game like we use Sound Voltex, for instance, where it's like, oh, it's a pattern, your fingers just do it. It's not quite like that. There's a lot of specific hand motions that you have to do with how you rotate, what fingers you go with first. So there's a lot of thought that still goes into it outside of just pattern recognition.
Right, and
a lot of muscle memory built up from the level 8s that you learn, because the level 8 have a lot of regular ass patterns that you'll see later on, and that's the building blocks that you get jumping in from like 8, 9, and 10, and 9 would be that bridge between the 10s.
Exactly.
And then Samurai Food's throwing in that F in the middle of the chart.
Yeah, but there's F's. There's F's in level 10s. Like what is it? Color Blanche or whatever has a F in it, right? And if you never played Samurai Food before, if you've never seen an F before, you're gonna get that F. It's gonna throw you off. But you know, if you played Samurai Food and you just learned how to hit the F in that 8, then you're good to go.
Like, you'll have the muscle memory of doing it, but also you have to know like when it comes in the song, because some songs, like those giant letter patterns, they come out of absolutely nowhere. Like if you've ever played like the J Soul Brothers song Fighters, I think the F and the T come out of nowhere, and I think it's like a level 9 or something, but it's like if you played that against someone who's never played it before, like unless they're really lucky and have like really fast reaction, they're not gonna get that.
And the good thing with the 8s is it's basically the exact same skill that a 10 requires, except slowed down a bit. So you can hit those patterns at a more reasonable pace instead of like non-stop button smashing your way through.
Exactly. And like 10s are very they're like a mix match, you know what I mean? They have like a little bit of everything that you've learned throughout your Jubeat journey, I guess. Into a level 10, at least the good ones anyway. Like the good 10s are built that way.
Yeah.
But with like level 8s,
look at like Grape Suzette, for instance.
Yes.
Super good. And its 8 is basically like a toned down version of that same chart.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I was kind of getting at. Where like if you play like the level 8 version of a 10, if it exists, or even just like an extreme 8, like 8's like the max difficulty, a lot of the times, all of these individual 8s will kind of be isolated to one specific technique. Like you'll have one 8 that has crazy letters, for example, like you guys were just talking about. So in that one song, you can learn like how to tackle different shapes and different letters. But then you might have another 8 that might have a ton of like kind of like spread out notes, like a 1 in 13 or whatever. They might have a lot of those, you know?
Yeah. The 1 and the 2 is very common, I've noticed, because it shows up in at least a couple 10s. I'm So Happy is very, very infamous for that.
Oh yeah.
Pretty much have to memorize that one, and it comes up again in Sahara also has it in Festo. That's another one that has a 1 and 2.
Oh yeah, like a big one. So the number 1, it's basically the 4 squares vertical. So you have to hit them with like 2 hands, and then the 2, it's like, what is it? It's like the 2 on top, then 1 on the bottom. Like that's hard to describe. Yeah, it's hard to describe. It's like it's 6 notes. To hit a 2, you're hitting 6 notes at the same time. Basically, it's like what I'm trying to say. Like,
and I feel 8's kind of where that really starts.
Yeah,
it might
exactly.
be easier to bring up a picture for that.
Yeah, I'll have to edit in a photo, post editing. I'll have to,
yeah.
So you'll see what I mean. But that's actually a good idea. We can't just talk about Jubeat tech and not show pictures. Nobody's gonna understand what the fuck we're talking about.
Exactly.
That's Sam Food cover.
Yeah. But kind of getting back to what I was saying before about how, you know, 8s have all this 10 tech, and now with these new players that are coming in, a lot of the times they get to this level, they get to like the new 9s and the level 10s, and they get stuck at a wall, and they just can't seem to progress any further. And what they typically do is they just bash their head in against all of these 10s, just memorizing them over and over and over again, just trying to get these patterns. And I always tell them, just go back and just play a shit ton of 8s, because you're gonna get all of the experience on these 10s by just playing all these 8s, and all the muscle memory, you'll get it down, and it'll be way less stressful than just bashing your head in on this 10. Because the problem with Jubeat is that because it kind of lets you get to this max level so quickly, you get this like false sense of I'm really good and I'm better than 8s.
So much.
Yeah, people tend to feel like they're too good for 8s. Like, why should I bother playing an 8? I can pass 10s. But it's like, but are you really passing this 10? Because you're just kind of mashing your hands and you barely know what's going on.
Yeah, it's like you can run into a brick wall a ton of times, and eventually, yeah, you're gonna break that brick wall.
And it's not like
that wall.
And it's not like 2DX or DDR where you can get like a hard clear or X hard clear or like a 4 life pass. I mean clear. UB doesn't have that. It's all just score and just like how well you've scored.
Yeah, it's about perfection. It's about like, you know, you hit every single note possible at like the best possible time and you hit it perfectly. Yeah. There was no you know, like no in-betweens. Like for anybody that doesn't know, like in order to get a passing score on UB, you need like, what is it, like 70,000? What is it, 700,000?
Yeah, 70. Yep.
Yeah, 700,000. It goes to 1 million, right? I think the max score?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
So with 700,000, you get a C. It is very, very easy to get 700,000.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, especially if at the end you have a decent enough combo, there's 100,000 right there.
That is, yeah, that's true. It bumps you, right? Yeah, you get that like that bonus or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's not about getting like a C or a B. It's not like, I mean, granted, yeah, like if you're happy that you pass score and you get like a C or a C or a B, like that's great. Like I'm not gonna take that away from you. But if you want to make UB like your game, like you want to take it seriously, then like you need to really focus on getting that. Yeah, you got to get those S's. You got to get that 90 or above, because that's honestly what really counts at the end of the day.
I think getting like just starting to make the S is a really good like goal to reach for, especially when you start off just trying to S as many songs as you possibly can, no matter what level it is.
Mm-hmm. You know, and that's why 8s are important, because 8s have all of this tech that you need to learn, and it just helps you do it in a much easier method than just playing the same 10s over and over again and like not progressing.
One of the songs that threw me off for a bunch was Emotion Tripper.
Yeah,
large chords in that I didn't expect.
We just played that song yesterday, actually.
Yeah, very, very good level 8 to practice a lot, I think, because there's a lot of like, there's a good enough amount of technique that you need to learn for that song. It's not the easiest 8 to time, but like, yeah, it has everything you need out of an 8. It's very quintessential, I think.
Agreed. Plus the song's also freaking good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It really is. There's also a lot of 8s too that like they're like from the older games that unfortunately like just aren't around anymore.
Oh my god, tell me about it.
Sunshine Girl.
Oh, was that removed as well? Sunshine Girl?
Yeah, that was removed. So was one of my other favorites, Secret Word.
Oh, that's too
So
bad.
many licenses just expired. I mean, I get it, but at the same time, it's just like you really gotta play those songs when they're available. That's another good reason to play them. It's just like a lot of those licensed songs, they'll only exist for like a certain amount of time, and most of the time they're like level 8, 9, 8, 7, 8, 9.
Yeah, there's rarely ever any licensed 10s.
Look at like Pom Pom Pom, which is a 6, as well as some rapper had one of his songs in there. My mind's going blank as to who it was.
The
early UB.
Oh God, was it Chris Brown?
Chris Brown, yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, what was it? Kiss Kiss? Kiss Kiss, I think it was, right?
Yep, that's the one.
Yeah, and honestly, that's why UB players, like the top players that are, winning like the Konami Arcade Championships stuff, the reason why they're so good is because they've been playing since like 2009.
Yeah, they've been playing since the very start.
So they've been playing all of these older charts, all of these older 8s that wacky. So like they got used to the wacky shit years ago, and now newer players today, like unfortunately, like unless like you know who to talk to, like you really can't get a hold of this kind of stuff or these kind of old content that just isn't in the newer games anymore. Like you'd have to find somebody that has an older mix.
And even look at like the ones I mentioned before, and then Scatman. Scatman's a really hard 6.
Oh god, yeah. And Scatman has like the kaiten. It has like the circle.
Yeah.
So, like I struggle with the circle. Like does the loop around the
yeah. And there's
it's one of the hardest motions.
Yeah.
It's a very specific motion too, because there's only like one like real clear way to actually do it.
Yeah, you just have to,
Like, do it properly.
do it properly.
And it's all the practice, unless you just like slide your finger across the whole thing, which can work, but like
it's not the same. It's not.
It's not as consistent.
Yeah. But see, like, so people back in the day, like, when UB1 first came out, like, they mastered that motion because it was in Scatman. That was, like, the only song that had it, so they had to play it. You know? But, like, we have that luxury now that we don't just have to only play Scatman. Like, there's many other songs that have that kaiten now. But, like, you have to actually go out there and, like, play these songs. You can't just, like, ignore them because you don't want to play a level 8 anymore because you're passing 9s or 10s.
I think having a list of the songs that have these specific patterns and so on actually helps a lot. I remember finding one like a while back ago. I can try and find it again, but that one specifically, if you were looking for like a specific technique to practice, it had like every song listed out that would have that specific pattern for you. And I think it would also sort it by like difficulty too.
Well, that'd be actually really useful.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could be, I could, like, leave a link to it if you get it before, I upload this.
Yep, definitely.
Yeah, so are there any 8s that, like, I mean, I guess a lot of them, you know, used to be 9s, but, like, what do you think for the two of you, and then, like, I'll give my opinion after, are, like, the hardest 8s out there that are just ridiculous?
Ooh. That's really hard.
It is
Figure it out actually. Oh, actually, I have one candidate for that, and that's Four Leaves, and the artist is Endorphin. That song used to be a 9, and even for a 9, it was really hard. It was pretty hard, but now it's an 8, and I'm just like, why?
The Q-Bell song, right? From Q-Bell?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that did get nerfed to an 8, huh?
I know one of the ones I played earlier, which has been nicely translated for me here, was Secret Girl, Little Girl.
Oh, God, that one.
Chart.
Yeah, that one is, I think I played it, like, once. A lot of those, like, Vocaloid songs are just... It's a Vocaloid song, right? That one?
Yep.
Yeah, a lot of those are just so hard for me to do. And they always have that big musical note pattern.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I love that one.
Oh, I can never hit those patterns.
For that one, for me, once I like looked at it, I was just like, oh, it's actually a really natural looking pattern to do.
Just the
It's
first
like-
time you took it off.
Yeah.
You know, it's a
But
fun
once
fact.
you get it, it's so satisfying once you see it. You just smack it down.
For the first, like, 2 or 3 years of me playing Jubeat, I thought that was a dragon.
Oh.
I always read it as, like, the head, like, the end of the musical note was, like, its head, and then the body was, like, the big part of it.
I didn't realize it was a musical note until like way later when someone actually told me, and I was just like, oh, I kind of get it now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, the same thing happened to me. Somebody told me that it was a musical note, and then I was just like, oh, it's not a dragon?
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay. Yeesh. Yeah, let's see, so for me, I think some of the harder 8s for me are, like, songs like, Sandstorm, for example, that has, like...
Oh my god, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Rough
That
chart
is a
though for me.
really hard 8.
It just has that, like, really unique pattern in the beginning that I don't know what it is. Like, I just have a brain fart every time I play it. It trips me up.
Yup.
Is Sandstorm still on iOS?
I think so.
It can't not be.
Yeah, I think so. Another song that's actually pretty hard, that's an 8. It's not too hard, like, it's easier than Sandstorm, but it could be a level 9. I would rate it a level 9. It's Bass to Bass.
Mm-hmm.
I forget if I've actually played that one. I know it's from like really, really early on, but
It's from the first. It's
maybe
from the
I
first
played-
UB.
I know I played Light Shine, which is much newer, but that's
Oh
an
no, Light Shine. Yeah, Light Shine. I think Light Shine is easier than Bass to Bass. I think, in my opinion.
Really, I need to try it. Then.
It's okay. It's a hard triple S. I guess is a better way to say it. It's a hard
Okay,
triple S.
okay.
Yeah.
Awkward timing.
Yeah. Another very hard
Yeah.
8 that I got here written down is Invisible World. Have you guys played Invisible World?
I haven't. No.
Oh, I think I recognize that title. I'm gonna look it up real quick.
It sucks. Invisible World fucking sucks.
Oh, okay. I remember this. Yes, I remember the song. I think I remembered it showed up as a challenge song in Copious once with my friends, and I played it now. It's just like, this song is stupid.
Yeah, it's like
We're over it.
It's so weird. It's just so weird. There was another song too that there was a God, what was it called? It was from early Jubeat. Maybe what's it called? Oh, Come Again. There we go. I think that the M Flow song.
Oh my god.
Yes.
That's such a good and classic M Flow song, but holy crap, trying to excellent or get like a triple S on that is still really hard for an 8. It's so fucking technical.
That's what I'm saying. Like, these songs are just, they have all of this tech in it that if you don't know what you're doing, you're going to score terribly on it. But these techniques or whatever, they come back, you know? They're not like, they reappear in level 10s is what I'm trying to say.
They come back with a vengeance.
With a vengeance.
Yeah.
So it's just better to have them done when they're under your belt. It's like Cat's Eye. Like, Cat's Eye's a level 7, I think, right?
That's an evil song to pick on somebody.
Yeah. So Cat's Eye has this very unique pattern that's just really hard to hit. But I'm pretty sure that same pattern that comes back in one of those Prim songs, right? Isn't it the same pattern?
Almost the same pattern, because the one in Cat's Eye, it's like two V's, and then after there's another bit to it, whereas the Prim just repeats that pattern like 1, 2.
I see.
V's, they're awful.
Yeah. Because see, it's these specific techniques that are holding you back, and that are always holding you back. So for me specifically, like my personal issues that I have are there are certain level 10s that I can't double S them or I can't triple S them. Like I'm stuck getting like a 93. Yeah. And I can't get to that 95 for the double S, or I'm stuck with like a 96, 97, and I can't get to that 98 for the triple S, right? For level 10s. But there's also level 8s that I still can't triple S, you know what I mean? So on a song that I have a 96 on a level 10, the same pattern that's keeping me from triple S-ing that 10 is the same pattern that's keeping me from triple S-ing that 8. If that makes sense, you know what I mean?
I get it. What is the song, if you don't mind me asking?
Not just like not just specific songs, but multiple songs. But like for one example is have you played Wandering Gravity? I think it's on Clan.
That's
I don't
sure.
think I have. I haven't played a lot of songs, to be completely honest.
Oh, you gotta get on it, bro. You gotta play more,
I
man.
was like, oh, I've seen this song, but I don't think I've played it. There's so many like level 10s. I've just like played the ones that I really like, and then everything else I'm just like, whatever.
I see. Okay, well, Wandering Gravity. It has a lot of like really quick kind of like slidey notes or whatever. That are just really hard to time. Yeah, like a lot of like horizontal patterns where you have to like kind of, it starts horizontal but then it moves on up, you know, like those kind of things. The advanced and the extreme both have the same patterns, and I can't do them either way. Like no matter what, my timing is still bad. So I have like similar scores on the extreme and on the advanced because I just can't do those patterns. Another song would be like Holy Snow. Have you played Holy Snow?
Ooh.
That's a good one.
I think I played Holy Snow on other games, but not Jubeat, which is funny.
See, I can't triple S the advanced. I can't triple S the level 8 for Holy Snow. Like I'll get like a 96 or 97, but I'm just really bad at that specific pattern where it just makes you go across the panels really quickly.
Okay.
And
a good one I practiced that on is actually a level 10, which is Gaia, where he goes back and
yeah.
forth.
Gaia, that's just the whole song pretty much.
yeah, okay, and that's a perfect example. For Gaia, that's like the whole song. So for me, I suck at Gaia. Like I think my highest score on Gaia is I don't know if I've gotten a triple S or a double S. Sorry, if I did it, it's like a 95 minimum. You know. But it's because of those kind of patterns that you're sliding across the panels, going top to bottom or whatever. So what I should be doing is I should be playing these 8s like Holy Snow and Wandering Gravity that have those patterns at like a much subdued level. So
much more reasonable pace.
Reasonable pace, yeah. So if I could triple S those songs, then I should be able to do well on Gaia.
And the most important thing is building that consistency to be able to do it very often and very well, that it carries over into the 10s. And that's what I'm lacking a lot lately. I'm noticing like I really want to like sharpen up my consistency on level 8s and probably 9s. I should really clean up whatever I have in there and like raise the scores on it.
Honestly, I think the best thing we should do, like when we play together next time, is probably go for like try to triple S most of the 8s.
Yeah,
I think that'll help us in the long run.
Probably.
Shout out to my boy Serge, but when we were playing together, we were doing some matching. That's what he had me do. We started at the front of the 8s list and just went down. And that's how I learned. It's like, these charts are really what's actually going to help you get good.
Yeah, see, Serge knows what's up. He does know what's up.
100%. Because as I said, like, we can bash ourselves into level 10s all we want, but what are we really doing? We're just slamming our hands into it and praying it hits.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's what I do sometimes too. I'm not gonna lie. I still do that sometimes.
Yeah. If you have enough consistency for the 10s, or if you've played them enough, like, I think the best way to improve it is either just like cleaning up like parts where you didn't hit as accurately before, or looking at a memo to figuring out like which certain parts you were screwing up on and how to do it. Because I remembered when I did it once and actually learned the pattern and the part where I needed to work on, like afterward the score jumped up like quite a bit, but only for that specific section. I think it's only worth doing if it's just like one small section that's hindering you, because otherwise it's really pointless to try and memorize the whole song unless you've just played it like 1,000 times.
Yeah. See, for me, it's never just one small section. It's usually like a big. It's like a big section. It's like
Yeah.
It's like
2/3 of the way through the song when it gets hard.
Yeah, there's something about it. Like the way I see it, if you're in that like level S, like S, double S, triple S territory of gameplay, there's two scores that mean that there's something you're doing wrong. It's 93 and 96. Like,
Oh yes.
if you're getting a 93 constantly and you're always getting a 93, then that means you're fucking up something. There's something not right that you're missing that you need to go back and refine. And same with a 96. If you're getting like a 96 or like a low 97, and it's just a constant that these are the same scores you're getting, then playing the song over and over again isn't going to help. There's something you're missing that you need to go back and like unlock in your brain.
Yes.
One of the
Or
things
you could, like stop for a moment and play other stuff and then come back to it later.
One of the things I've been doing a lot lately, just to get used to some weird patterns, is go in and actually lower down to like a level 6, but only use one hand. So like, let's say my left hand's not that great, but on the pad,
Whoa.
yeah,
Oh,
it's really fun to do. But it's a good way to kind of learn how to do weird patterns with one hand. Like let's say again, like your left hand sucks. Just go in, go to an easy level, and just try to one-hand it.
That's actually kind of fun. I should do that sometime.
I remember when me and my friends used to play stuff on one hand. I remembered I think the song is called Gravity. It's from Haku and it's back from Tokyo. But
Such a good song. Such a good song.
We would try to play that whole song with one hand, and I think I managed to F it one or a couple times, and that was fun.
Anything like higher than level 6.
Oh,
Anything higher than level 6, you're not going to want to do one-handed.
Yeah,
It's just
sure.
it's not beneficial. Even a lot of things are not beneficial doing one-hand.
you know what's actually a good thing to do as well? Is the exact opposite. Is play like a level 5 or level 6, but like stuff that you would normally hit with one hand, hit them with two hands.
Yes.
Yeah, like like if you get like a pattern where it's like a corner note or a twisting thing, yeah, instead of doing one hand to twist it, use two hands to like hit it that way. Just to get used to doing that, because a lot of times in like harder songs like 9s and 10s, you're actually supposed to use two hands to do those like kind of twisting motions. Like one song that comes to my mind is Coming True. Have you ever played Coming True?
The
Yes, it has the big C and then the T pattern.
Yeah, if you use, there's the part where it's like, you can twist around, but it's gonna feel awkward. But if you use two hands to hit these patterns, you're gonna notice that you're gonna do like a whole circle around the thing, and it actually makes way more sense.
Yeah.
Like nobody tells you these things, you know. You just kind of have to figure it out, kind of deals.
And what's also really good at doing that, I think it's really good. You get.
Okay, no, you go ahead.
Okay. I think what's really good about trying that is 8s is kind of where you first get those sections where, like, the left-hand side of the controller, you have to use both hands, or both hands on the right side. You won't get much of that in 7s.
That's true.
Yeah, that is true too. 7s are basically like, I would recommend 7s if you're trying to get an EXE. I think EXE is like, that's 7 territory.
Yes.
Oh, by the
7
way.
or anything lower is really great for trying to farm an EXE.
You said, Moldy, you said the song you played, what was it, Samurai Food or Samurai Groove?
Samurai. It was Samurai Food.
Food, okay, because I'm looking at my 8 scores right now, and I saw a song called Samurai Groove, which is a level 8, and I don't remember this level 8, but I don't even have a double S on it. I have an S, and it was from like 2018, so I might have to go back and play the song again. But sorry, it's just off topic. I was just like, wait, what is Samurai Groove? Was that an 8? Okay, but yeah, continue, sorry.
Wait, who's continuing?
Oh, I don't know. I guess I must have I just ended the conversation and cut it off with Samurai Groove.
So what are some of the easiest 8s you guys have run into? I know for me, Strawberry Shoo Shoo has been a super easy one for me, as well as Welcome to Japari Park. Those are both very simple, kind of standard, nothing too complex 8s.
I think the easiest 8 that maybe Sakura Skip is a really easy one. That new game song, that was pretty easy.
Yeah, a lot of the new game ones are pretty chill.
Yeah, see, a lot of them don't even like, they're not even around anymore. Like, I think they all got removed.
Rip license.
Yeah.
I think one other candidate for like an easy 8, I know it used to be a 9, but even for a 9 it was really easy, but Shine on Me is really easy, and it's like super symmetrical the whole way through.
Oh yeah, I think it's an 8 on Advanced, right? Or it used to be
an 8 on Advanced, but they deducted
it was suffered in the Great Nerf.
7 for Advanced, and then Extreme is now 8 instead of 9.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so if we're going to talk about easy 8s, then I guess we're going into EXE territory now. Like, which songs have you EXE'd? I can recommend Street Dancer. If any of you guys played... Yeah, Street Dancer, I think is a pretty easy 8.
I don't even think I played that one.
Yeah, Street Dancer, I think it's from Knit, I want to say. It's a very early song. I think it's still in the caps. I hope it wasn't removed. It's a really good one. But Street Dancer, it's one of those songs that the patterns are pretty repetitive. So it's like, you know, each verse or each part of the song like has like the same kind of techniques that you're using. So if you get it right the first time, you should be able to get it right the entire time. So it's one of those, yeah, it kind of teaches you how to do the twistings. It's a good twisting tutorial song. Yeah, because that's the thing. A lot of these songs from the older games are very tutorial-esque sometimes. They kind of teach you things. And Street Dancer teaches you like how to do that kind of twisting pivot motion.
Yeah. I think a couple other good 8s that I could recommend towards that territory is like Milky Ice Bear, because there's a lot of big chords all throughout the whole song. And I'm trying to remember what the other one was.
I think Flip Flap's another good one, kind of along that same vein.
Yeah.
That one needs to be a 9 too.
And it's really not hard.
Yeah, it's a solid song. Like it doesn't have anything in there that really throws you off, with the exception of I guess the the timing of it, I think it uses 12 notes, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A good one to work on learning timing.
Yeah, exactly. You have to. A lot of people, tend to forget that there's more to music games than just eighth notes and 16ths. There are 12 notes too. They're out there.
And 24ths too. While we're at it.
Fuck 24ths.
ITG says hello.
Yeah, ITG says hi. God, can you imagine just playing like? Oh, actually, I know JWoww played it, but there's an edit for Broken on iOS.
What?
Remember you played it, didn't you? I thought you played it.
Oh yeah, I remember you made me play it, and I was just like, "This is the dumbest song that I've played."
So
it was like the same pattern over and over, and I was just like, "This is not helping anybody."
It's just a 16th run from the beginning all the way to the end. There's no breaks. It's a constant 16th run, but it just feels like you're playing IGG on the iPad.
Yeah, and I was just like, "This is not fun." Not on the
You are
iPad.
now streaming forever.
Yeah, it's kind of, I don't know. It was kind of fun. It was kind of fun in a stupid way, not in like oh wow, this is a really
This is actually fun.
Yeah. Easy 8s though.
If you want fun, I recommend Oven Mitt Jubeat.
Oh man.
Okay, can you tell us about that? Like, just tell us the story of Oven Mitt Jubeat, because I was not there for the Oven Mitt thing. But people always talked about the Oven Mitt thing. Like, please explain to us what happened. What is this Oven Mitt Jubeat thing?
We need a picture of this when we put this up, by the way.
Yeah.
All right, I'll have to find the pictures, but I know at least last year at Raj, what one of my friends and I did is my buddy Morphle, he owns some pizza-shaped oven mitts. So you can really only do one pattern, and that's where you hit with like your middle finger and then your thumb. That's pretty much all you can do. And we use those to try to like beat tens, and we just match each other for that. It's a really good time.
So,
I want to do that now.
So it wasn't like a tournament or anything. I thought there wasn't there an Oven Mitt tournament? I heard.
There's a boxing glove tournament from Yuzeka.
Oh God. Okay. Wait, where did you find this?
That picture there that JWoww showed, that's a different one.
Oh,
that
fuck,
was
okay.
that was at some convention. Was that MagFest?
I have no clue. I found
It
this.
might have been at MagFest.
I don't know. Who are these people? I don't know these people.
Neither do I.
I don't know them either.
Me.
Well, hopefully they don't mind us having their photo.
That's the original Oven Mitt.
Okay.
Wait, really?
I think that's the original Oven Mitt con.
Man, Oven Mitt Jubeat sounds kind of funny.
Yeah, it does.
But then there are people who actually play like with like the whole like they just use like a couple of their pointer fingers from each hand and just go really fast and like their thumb.
That's how I play. Pretty
Yeah.
much.
You have to with that.
That's pretty much how I play. I mean, I would probably do well in fucking
Oven Mitt Jubeat.
I'd probably do.
And then there's idiots like me who just stretch across everything and it's just like, uh-oh.
God, I just feel
I
like
will say, boxing glove Jubeat does not work nearly as well as it Jubeat.
well, yeah, no
Curl your
way.
hands inward.
No way. Yeah,
Yeah.
that would definitely not work. I don't know.
That's called punch. That's just called Jubeat punch-addition.
When I think of like the Oven Mitt Jubeat, I picture it like it's like an anime or something where, say, there's like this shonen anime with Jubeat players, and then there's like this one guy, and the one guy just always has oven mitts, and he just plays in oven mitts. But then like it's in the finals, and he's going up against like this really good player, and then he takes the mitt off, and when he takes the mitt off, like, you know what I mean? But not only
he takes it off.
not only is it gonna it's just gonna enhance his game, but when the oven mitt comes off and he throws it on the ground, it's gonna break the ground because it weighs like a ton. Like, that's what I think of when I think of somebody wearing oven mitts playing Jubeat.
Oh man.
Jubeat anime win.
I was talking about it. I'm pretty sure I was talking about it with JWoww. We were like, I think
that would be really funny if Konami made like an endorsement for that.
Like, I know exactly how I would do it if I was working for Konami and like they were like, hey, make this like promotional anime. It would just be Yu-Gi-Oh! But instead of like it would just be Yu-Gi-Oh! But instead of having dual discs, they just have iPads with like UB Plus. And then like
eventually they go to the arcade. But the good thing is, unlike Yu-Gi-Oh, they can't drag out each match to the next episode, because in Yu-Gi-Oh they always drag it out for at least the next episode, and then you have to wait a week to see what the fuck happened. Whereas this one is just like, actually no, I could see they could be like, oh, tune in to see if they get extra stage or not, and I'm just like,
well, no. See, this was I've talked about this before with my friends. Like, this is my UB, like my UB anime idea. Like, we've had this discussion. It's like, it's gonna be like a mix between Yu-Gi-Oh and like Pokemon, where it's like, hear me out. So you have like your iPad, that's like your dual disc. Everybody's got their iPad, and it's got like UB Plus on it, but they don't have all of the music. Like, they only have like the packs that they buy. You know what I mean? So when they battle people, other people have different songs. So they gain EXP by playing other songs and with other patterns that they don't know. You know what I'm saying? That's how you get good. But in order to get to KAC, you have to like get like your 8 badges or whatever the fuck it'll be, right? You know? So you have to.
It would be like each Dawn level in 2DX almost.
Yeah, something like that. You have to like attain this level. Actually, a Dawn course is actually a really good way to do it. But there'll be like, instead of gyms, there'll be like these specific like arcades. Like, you know, like you'll go to like Shinjuku, like 5F Taito, you know, and you have to like battle. You have to battle the leader. But because it's gonna be, you know, it's gonna be Konami, like, it's gonna be Konami artists. Like, those are gonna be, like, the leaders.
Oh my god.
So, like, you have to battle, like, say you have to battle, like, Soda Fujimori. He's, like, one of the gym leaders, okay? So you have to beat him in a set, 2 out of 3 set. But they're only gonna be, like, Soda Fujimori songs. So it's gonna be, like, Magnetic, you know what I mean? Like, these, like, because they have, like, Soda Fujimori songs, they have that weird tech. They all play similarly. You know what I mean?
Maybe he'll put AI against you.
Yeah, or AI or something, you know? And you just have to, like, get, like, that certain threshold in order to pass and, like, to gain the badge or whatever. Like, I think, you know, he would be, like, a solid, like, 5th gym leader, I think.
Is your Elite Four champion Corby?
He could be, like, you know, for sure. He'd be a champion, you know?
Once you beat the Elite Four, you have to go up against the champion.
I think, who do you think the Elite Four of UB would be? I think one of them would definitely be LED.
Yes.
I think LED.
Garuvi for sure.
For sure. Garuvi for sure. 2 more.
I'd even want to throw Course K up there, because he has a lot of really good songs in UB.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, Course K reminds me of, like, Koga, you know, like, from, like, I don't know if you played Gen 2, like, Pokemon Gen 2.
Yep.
But Koga was there, and it's like, man, Koga, weren't you a gym leader, like, last game? Now you're an Elite Four member?
Now he's the champion.
That's how like, Course K reminds me. I feel like Course K would, like, have just got the position, you know? What other gym leader Vamani artists? Elite Four. Garuvi LED. Yeah,
I feel like DJ Yoshitaka deserves his spot. Even though he hasn't made any music in.
No, yeah, you're right. Yoshitaka. Yeah, you're right.
Like, early on in UB, he would make one boss song every version. Up until, like, Saucer. And then afterwards, we haven't seen him since.
You know what I'm actually shocked about? That UB doesn't have more Camellia.
Yeah, I'm surprised by that too.
Oh,
because some of that stuff would make rough 10s.
They have there's a pack on UB Plus. They have some 10s on UB Plus, I'm pretty sure, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, they have, what's that song called? Magneto something? Somebody help me out here?
Magneto Meteor?
Yes!
Yeah.
That one, and then there's, like, what was it? Base Laser or something? Base Weapon? Yeah.
Base Weapon, Laser Flame.
And those songs are really good, too. I highly recommend you play those if you haven't already.
His 10s in Clan were really crazy. He came out with Diastrophism and Rampage. Both ridiculous songs, sort of.
I can't triple S that at all. I don't even think I can double S it. I think my best is like a 9.4. What's my best?
At least the stuff for him in UB is real music, unlike his stuff in Sound Voltex.
That's true.
What is it in Sound Voltex? Just like pew 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 pew.
When you get bored, look up Speed Star Kanade, and you'll hate yourself.
Ooh, Okay.
Yeah, see, that's why I like early Ubeat versus new Ubeat, because early Ubeat has a lot of like really actual like real songs that sound really nice to play. And then I feel like new Ubeat now, like it's heading towards that sound voltex direction, which kind of scares me a little bit.
Yeah, I really didn't like it when they added crack tracks in the game, and I was just like, or prayer, and I'm just like, why would you do that?
Prayer is a really uncomfortable time.
Prayer is just stupid, period.
Yeah, it's not fun.
Terrible song. Not meant for Ubeat.
Does prayer have an 8? Should we?
Yes, it does.
Maybe
it does have an 8.
Is
I
it
played
similar?
It today. It was not so bad.
Okay.
Okay.
But oh my god, the 10 is stupid.
God, yeah, I think I have like a 90 on the dot, I think, on prayer. I'm looking at my scores now. I'm trying to find them. It's taking forever. Wait, I can just search. I can just type it in. Yeah.
It's a Fenesto.
Yeah.
No, it's a clan town.
Yeah. I think Clan they also had. I think in Clan they had some of the decimals for the 10s.
No, that was a Fenesto thing.
Okay, no, because I remembered in Clan they did something for the 10s. Oh wait, no, I think just rearranged them.
Yeah, no, this. Ooh, yeah, prayer, right? Was that what we were talking about, prayer?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, so the last time I played prayer was September 29th, 2018.
Yeah.
And I got a 904843.
Yikes.
And I haven't played it since. So if I played it today, I'd probably get way lower than that.
It's just a bad chart.
It is. It's just there's a lot of these songs that I just don't play again because I just don't care. Like if I'm not having fun with it, I'm not gonna play it again. I just really don't care that much.
But you know what stays fun? Level 8s.
Level 8s. That's what I'm saying. I will play 8s all day.
You're not gonna wear yourself out. They're challenging enough. You're still gonna have a great time.
And you're gonna learn something. Yeah. Oh, I did play the 8. Oh, I guess I played it recently. What the fuck? I played it.
Oh.
Yeah.
What? When did I play this 8? I played it in July 8th, like 2 weeks ago. I don't even remember.
Damn.
I got a 991 though. I got a 991.
That's how not memorable that song is.
Yeah, exactly. That's how little I cared about it. I just didn't remember. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I got a 991. Who's Big Penis on Arcana? Sorry, that's really
Big penis.
There's a guy, his name is just Big Penis, and he's really good. He's got some scores.
Isn't that dude? Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Isn't that dude like really good on the server?
Yeah, like, he's killing it here.
What's his secret? I wonder.
He's got, yeah. Oh, I mean, I think we know what
It's
his
big
secret
dick
is.
energy.
Yeah. Let's just say he has more than 2 hands to hit these squares.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah. Ooh, oh crap. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. I'm just looking at. What is this, Connie?
You're just looking at Big Penis's scores.
Well, no, because there's that level 8 called Carnival. You know, Kanibadu.
Oh yeah, I remember that song.
And that song is fantastic. If you haven't played it yet, please do. Actually, I think it might have gotten removed. It might not be on Festo anymore.
Oh wow.
If you have a means to play it, then I would recommend playing it. It's a really fun 8. But there's this other song here called Kanibadu with a question mark, and it's like a 9, so I got really confused. I don't remember this one.
Something I like about 8s, and that's just because I'm into trashing music, is there's a large selection of Hinabita stuff in the 8s.
Oh yeah. Those songs, some of those songs were really good.
One of the ones I played today that actually had some kind of odd patterns. It was my first time playing it with both hands. I've done it one-handed before.
Both hands.
Rest in peace. Was I guess Beast Prince Mayo Mayo. It's one of the it's Hammer Mayo. You've seen the chart.
Which one was that one? Have I seen the chart?
It's Mayo with a giant hammer. Give me a sec and I'll find it.
Oh yeah, the Prince one, right?
Yep.
Yeah. That.
Had a couple really weird patterns in there, but overall not too terrible. Solid 8.
Kimono Oji, with the paw print thing. Yeah, those songs. I'm iffy with the Hinabita stuff. Like, some of them are just they're just way too weeb for me, man.
They're pretty weird.
They're too weeb for me. I can't like, I can't like play them in public.
Some of the ones in Ghidorah were really good, and then some of them were just like, I'm not playing this.
I saw some post on Twitter the other day that was pretty good. Someone's like, man, Konami should make a Hinabita game. Someone just responded with, it's called
Ghidorah, and you know what? They are so right. Because, like, there's a whole section in Ghidorah where it's just, like, all of their songs.
Yep, it's sorted by Hinabita.
Yeah. And it makes kind of sense, because they're, like, a anime rock band kind of thing. Yeah.
Is that
kind of like an idol group without really being an idol group.
Yeah.
Oh God, do you guys remember when Idol took over Bimani?
They didn't make like a mobile game of that because they tried to make a mobile idol game.
Yeah, Toki Break the Idol.
Failed. Yeah, it had some good music in it, but then I was just like, why did you not make a Hinabita game? You guys already established these characters already, like.
They were trying to do something a lot closer to like Idol Master and Love Live.
Yeah, I guess.
Even the gameplay is pretty much like a crossover between Story and Idol Master.
Wait, did Konami make those up? Those Hinabita things? Did they make that up?
Yeah, that's Konami original.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought it was like some weird license or something.
Nope.
No.
That's why they have never gone away.
Yeah,
that sucks. I want them to go away though. I don't like them.
This is like the main producer of that group. I think it's a lot of Tomosuke, actually.
I think you're right.
Yeah. Mostly Tomosuke having most of the music, which I guess kind of makes sense.
Yeah, I don't know. I just, like I said, that stuff's like way too weeb for me, man. Like I know that in Japan, I guess it's popular.
With quotation marks around it.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
well, you know, and it, whatever, I guess it sells or whatever, because, I mean, living in Japan for a little while, like, whenever I'd go to the arcade, the only people that I would see playing those kind of songs, like, again, like, if that's your thing, I'm not hating. I'm in no means am I hating, like.
No offense taken.
Yeah, but it's weird old guys. and like teenagers and like young kids, you know. And I'm 30, so I'm not gonna play like. So I'm clearly not a teenager, right? So if I'm playing this, I'm just gonna be a weird old guy. Those are the only two options.
So I'm that weird old guy.
You're in that weird old guy category, you know. And like I can't, dude. I can't. I don't want that to be like. I don't want people to look at me and just be like, "Oh man, there's a weird old guy here just playing these weird." I mean, God, you saw one of those songs that I got translated for you? It's called like "Secret Girl, Little Girl," like.
Yeah.
You know, and actually that word there that translated as little girl, like it technically means prepubescent girl, like otome. It technically means prepubescent, but I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna go with little girl for this translation.
Well, and one of my favorite games has the weirdest aesthetic, which is Ongeki. Pretty much everything in it, everyone's questionably underage, and it makes me really uncomfortable.
Yeah, I'm just like, oh my god, like, how is this allowed?
Yeah, what's Japan, man, you know, like, they have their weird fetishes and, you know, their weird kinks or whatever, and it makes their way into their music games, and
somehow.
Unfortunately, that it does have it gives it a bad rep, I guess. Like, I feel like, music games in Japan, like Bimani games or whatever, like the reason why they'll never be super mainstream, I think it is hindering because of some of this music. It is what it is. Like for example, like my girlfriend, she's Japanese, and I've talked to her about music games in the past, and the first thing that she thought of was like, oh, that's like that weird like otaku kind of like pervy music stuff, right? Like, you know. Yeah, like, because that's what she thought, you know, because that's kind of what it's known for, because like I said, you go into an arcade, and these songs are really popular with the teenagers and the weird old guys, so you hear it a lot. But unfortunately, all of the really good music that's in these games kind of goes underplayed a lot of the times by, like, the people spending the money, essentially.
Yeah.
which is
They want the
unfortunate.
trashy weeby stuff.
They want the trashy weeby stuff because, you know, who goes to arcades after school? You know, kids, and the kids they love their anime girls and all of that stuff. So it is what it is. I don't know. I'm not a fan. If you're a fan, that's cool. I will say one thing though is a lot of those charts have really weird, unique shit that you should play to get down. Like what's that song called? The Space War or something.
Love is the Space War.
Yeah.
Space War, yeah.
Yeah, that has all those like really weird weird patterns and shit that like are kind of like, you know, like, so for me, if we're ever in a tournament or whatever, pick a Prim song on me because I'm gonna lose. I'm not gonna have that. I'm not gonna have that. Yeah, I'm not gonna have those things down because I hardly play them because I just don't like to play them. So I'm like, fuck.
So, quick trivia about Prim: the artist who does her voice also did Mermaid Girl.
Oh, it's the same person?
Yep.
Oh, whoa. That's
shit.
news to me. Oh, wait, yeah,
wait,
you're right.
I think I Mandela affected myself once. I don't know if this happened or if I just Mandela affected myself. But one time, I swear I was at an arcade and somebody was playing Mermaid Girl, but they turned it down like some effect or something on the machine, on the 2DX machine.
Oh.
And then I heard her voice, but it was like a normal woman's singing voice. It was like a normal woman. Like she kind of sounded like Paula Terry from old DDR, if you know what I'm talking about.
Okay, this has to be back before they changed the whole VFX thing to not it. Now they don't have the pitch +4 or -4 anymore. I remember sometimes I played with that on just to piss my friend off.
Okay.
That sounds so funny.
Like,
Okay. I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that because recently.
You're not crazy.
Yeah, because recently, like, you know, I went to the arcade and I played Mermaid Girl, but I was like, oh, I don't want to hear this obnoxious high-pitched voice. So I tried to change her. I tried to put it to Paula Terry mode. And, like, it didn't
That's what we're
work.
calling it now.
Yeah.
Voluntary mode.
Voluntary mode.
And it didn't work. And I'm just like, oh my god, did I Mandela affect myself? Like, was this not a thing? Like...
No, it's +/-4 pitch, and my friend would always get mad at me, and he'd be like, "Why do you do these things?" And I'm just like, "I don't know. I just found out it existed, but thanks."
Yeah.
And then there's another good one. You should play Marinic Terrace with Gargle 4.
What?
It'll make, like, my friend jokingly said, "Oh, it'll make it sound better," and I was just like, "Okay." And then I tried it, and I was just like, "Oh my god, what is this?"
Like, okay, better in what way? Better in meme, like a meme way, or like better in like an actually better way?
Not in a mean way. Couldn't be anything else, really. Let's be honest.
Someone I was talking with earlier, we were trying to think of funny Ubeat features that would be cool. I think if they had a random marker feature,
Oh
it
my
would
God.
randomize the marker based on each note.
I don't know why they don't
No.
have that.
You know what they need is they need S random for that. Every single so it's like every single one of them is different.
Chords are random.
Yo.
Yeah, I wish
remember
they
they
had
had
that.
that in 2DX on the console version. You could get S random note explosion, so every note explosion would be a different one.
That's awesome.
I used it for a little bit. It was kind of funny.
That's so weird. I would like that. I don't know. I do wish that Ubeat had more features, but that's a future podcast topic though. I remember we were gonna talk about that one day, like
Yes.
ways that Konami can implement Ubeat.
I got a few suggestions.
Not-
I don't think they'd improve it, but
Yeah, well, hey man, just like give us your suggestions. We'll throw them in there.
all right.
Certainly.
You know, like there's a lot of things that I feel like Konami could do to improve the game that they're probably never going to because they just don't know how
They're
to.
Konami.
They just don't know how to keep their games alive. Yeah, I said it.
Nope. Just look at Ubeat right now.
Look at UB right now. Like, you know, I don't see UB lasting much longer, unfortunately. But
I feel like it's on its last leg sometimes, and I'm just like, oh, it was nice while it lasted.
But with them coming out with a whole new cabinet with a whole new size.
yeah,
I still feel like they're shooting themselves in the foot with that thing. I'm just like, that's not it.
yeah, it's not it, and I don't think they want to even think about. Well, that's the thing. They don't know what it is. That's the thing.
Yeah.
They don't know what it is. And I know what it is. I know for sure. I know I'm not everything. I'm not saying I know everything that's wrong with Jubeat and how they could fix it. But I do know one thing that they need to do is not have it that you have literally nothing unlocked when you start a new fresh profile.
Oh yeah.
Because that is literally making any new players that are going to get into this game are not going to want to play because they're going to get stuck with like the same bad licenses that it starts off with. And like, in order to unlock anything, the amount of money they're gonna have to drop into that game, why would they do that when there's all these other games here that has way better content that they can play like off the bat?
I brought up Gitadora earlier, and look at that. As a new player who has never played that before, you can jump in and you have a selection of several hundred songs. You go into Jubeat Festo, brand new, and even in the Festo set, there's like 15 songs.
Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah.
It sucks. I suffered that in Japan. That's why I didn't play. You know, it is tragic. Like, when I went to Japan, before I got there, I was like, oh, this is going to be great. I'm going to play Jubeat, and it's going to be awesome. I'm going to have so much fun. And then I got there, and I was like, oh my god, I have no content here. Like,
Yeah.
you know, I have so much more back at home. Like, why am I going to bother spending money on this? Like, when I, like, just for this grind, like, fuck that. I'm just going to play Beat Mania instead. I mean, Konami got my money either way. Like, you know, Konami still got my money, but they didn't get it from Jubeat, you know. They got it from Beat Mania, so that's the problem. I think they could totally save Jubeat easily. They just have to, I don't know, they just need some better, marketing for sure, and they need some better, not game mechanics, but like a UI overhaul, kind of like just different ways of how the game looks and how it works, and what the game actually is.
Just make it look prettier and not like Jubeat Festo, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Because Jubeat Festo just looks ugly.
Yes.
I remember the first time I saw it, I thought it was just like, wow, they discovered Pinterest and went a trip to Hawaii. Like, wow.
Save the Festo hate, because that'll be for the themes podcast. You know, we're already an hour in, so we'll probably end this one shortly, but we can talk a whole nother hour about how ugly Festo is. So, you know, so I don't know.
That's very true.
Shit, you know what we forgot to do?
What? We
Huh?
forgot to talk about how our Jubeat was this week.
Yes, I was just about to say, like, so Moldypie, we were, like, JWA and I were talking before about how we were gonna have, like, what was our Jubeat,
like, this week,
like, our experience, like, as to kind of get into our podcast, but we forgot to do it in the beginning, but now we can do it at the end.
That's true, just kind of whenever, but, like, this week has been kind of, we've been playing together a lot this week, like, just, like, ghetto matching on Discord, just sending each other our score picks after we play each song.
Yeah, it's been pretty fun. Like,
yeah,
I like it. I kind of, we should do it with more people, I think. I actually really...
I'd be down to join.
Yeah, like, you know, we just go into a group chat, we just play, like, pick a song at the same time.
Okay.
I think it's good because it gets me to play a lot of songs that I normally would never play because I just like, why the fuck would I pick that song ever?
Yeah, same for me too. Like, you know, you pick some shit and I'm like, oh damn, I gotta play this song now.
Yeah.
You gotta force them to play the baby.
Yeah, I know.
I'm honestly okay with that.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm just like, you know, I actually really want to do it on iOS one day because there's a lot of songs that I want to make you play.
Ooh. I'm down for iOS though.
Yeah, like
I have to play it on my iPhone screen.
Oh, you don't have an iPad. You gotta buy an iPad, man. Just like they're cheap.
I just didn't dump all my money on replacing my art tablet.
Oh, dude, like, do you wanna talk about your art stuff? Like, you can throw that in there. I'll put a link to your store.
Yeah, I've been drawing Bomani-related artwork for a couple of years now. Mostly I make stickers. Here's recently a 2DX deck Dakimakura. That's a fun one. So moldypie.com if you want to get yourself some fancy Bomani merch.
Yeah, dude, I'll put a link in there. I mean, we do have Bomani fans that listen, so hopefully they'll buy something.
Yeah.
Just so you know, by the way, when you sent me those, you sent me a bunch of stickers when I was in Japan.
Yeah.
Like, there's random stickers of you in Tokyo in random places.
Awesome.
Yeah, your art is in random places in Tokyo. I hope it's still there. I don't know if like they've been taken down or anything, but I did post
pictures of this.
I should have taken pictures. I didn't take any pictures. I guess when I go back, I'll look.
See you
Yeah.
Yeah, I put some on at 5F, like Taito. I put a sticker somewhere. Yeah.
Because they allow you. They have a whole section there that people slap stickers on.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also remember they have there's a little paper slip where you can draw on and you can submit that and they'll be turned into a button there.
That's
really?
super cool.
Yeah, I remember taking a couple of like blank sheets home so that I could photocopy them at home and then draw on them, and then the next time I go to Japan I can just flood the box with them.
That's an idea.
Yeah, it's just like
Yeah.
get that art out there, man. Get that promotion, because especially Bimani related art. That's a niche market, man. There's not a lot of that out there.
Yeah, there's only a couple people that do it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And do you I don't know. Do you have like? Did you do conventions and stuff? Did you have
The
like
only one I really try to go to is Raj. I usually have a booth there. I have for the last 2 years.
That's the word I was looking for. A
Okay.
booth. I couldn't think of the word. I was like, do you have a stand or something? Like, yeah, booth.
Yeah, I kind of open up the trench coat right outside the door.
Yeah.
Hey guys, you want to buy stickers?
You want some Bimani stickers? I got this little girl here. She's from a prim song. Right next to Superstar Mitsuru. Yeah, my poor Superstar Mitsuru has seen better days on my FB9.
I gotta send you a new one.
Yeah, he's rotting away there.
I hope there's one of Superstar Mitsuru in the She Is My Wife one. Hopefully.
Yeah, I mean that's the one. He's wearing the.
That's the only one.
That's the only one, right?
Yeah,
It's
that's true.
You haven't seen my sticker? The one that Moldy's I got off him.
No, I haven't. I want to see
Oh,
this.
dude, I'll send you a picture of it in a minute once I get up.
Okay.
Yeah, I have two. I have one on my iPad as well. The one on my iPad's still in pretty good condition, so I'll take a picture of that one.
Holographic.
Yeah,
Hi.com.
it's like a rare pull, like a rare holofoil. Yeah. Oh, actually, one more thing too before I close this off is that we were gonna have like song recommendations that people should play at the end of every video. So since we've been talking about 8s, I guess now we can give our 1 8 that we think that every person should at least try to play.
Yes.
Okay.
Emotion Tripper.
Oh, fuck that. I was almost going to recommend that one too. I would recommend Milky Ice Bear.
Ooh, wow. And I'm gonna recommend Sandstorm because I want people to struggle.
Misery Look.
Actually, no, not struggle. I want them to be humbled. I want them to see something and they're just like, what? How do I do this? That's what I want people to think. I want people to think, how do I do this? So mine will be Sandstorm.
Okay.
Oh man. Okay, so yep. So for the next week, I guess next episode, I think we're gonna do themes. Yeah, we'll do talk shit about Festo and talk about how
An hour of Festo bashing.
an hour of Festo bashing and maybe another hour of how good Copious was and how we miss it so and how pretty Prop is.
Prop.
I think that'll be good.
Yeah.
What do we got here for time? An hour 15 almost? Hour 13? Not bad.
Yeah.
It's a longer one. So if you're listening and you made it this far, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all appreciate it. All right, everyone. Well, we'll see you next week. Later.
Thank you.
Take care.